And we just be winning.
Wait, what is it? Oh, beer.
She's talking about coconut water. So we're back from the book club meetup. Ooh, why do I feel like this is so high? Is that better? This is gonna irritate me. Maybe I'll just move it over a little bit. Why is this? Is that better? Anyways, like I was saying, we're back from book club. I hope you had a good time. Let's catch up on the books I've read since we last spoke. Plus, you know, it includes today too. We was just outside for 4 hours. Oh, oh, this is good. This is good. I wasn't expecting it to be like as pineapple forward as it is. This is real good. Okay, Wegmans, I see you. But they're not sponsoring this video, so. Let's talk about these books. I meant to include it in the last video because I did read it when we were doing the midweek reading wrap up. It's just, you get what you get with me, right? But the book that I had meant to include in that one was, I had listened to the Laverne Cox's memoir that just came out, Transcendent. So via Libro FM, I used one of my audio credits to snag her book. And, you know, as somebody who is familiar with Laverne Cox, I feel like it's exactly what I expected it to be. But the fact that she was out here dating a MAGA cop really gagged me. I was just like, I don't know. That might be something I took to my grave. Couldn't be me. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to miss any books by accident. So let me go get my phone because my phone is going to have the most accurate update of what did I just read. So did Laverne Cox's memoir, Transcendent, and she voices her own, she reads it herself. So you're listening to her tell her own story. And I always appreciate that. I'm not a memoir person. I don't really care about people. But go ahead and let me listen to it. I'll listen to you tell me about your life. Because then it sounds like you're just listening to someone tell a story about themselves versus reading about somebody. I can't explain it. Anyways, I also, so then after I finished Laverne Cox's memoir, I went and read, well, I did an immersive read of 24 Seconds From Now by Jason Reynolds. The narration on this was so good. So good. No notes, okay? But this book is basically, where did I get this? It's a receipt in here. Weird. I don't, this is the receipt that was in the book. Is it focusing on the paper? I can't tell if y'all was able to see it, but it's from Skylight Books in Los Angeles, California. I ain't never been here before. I know I did buy this, you know, I buy most of my books secondhand. I did buy this secondhand, but that's weird. Immersively read this. This was a good one. It's, oh, I remember what I was doing. I was trying to flip to the author's note because I specifically wanted to read what Jason Reynolds said before I tell you what this book is about. Okay, I'm just gonna read the whole author's note. There are some good pieces throughout the whole thing. And I also just think it speaks to the personality that is Jason Reynolds. But anyway, his acknowledgement, say 24 seconds from now, you'll still be feeling what you're hopefully feeling at this moment. And if this book works, what you're feeling is tender and honest and like part of a larger community of people who desire tenderness and honesty. Hold on to that. Thank yourself for it. I've certainly thanked myself for it. Aside from me, I'd also like to thank my editor and the whole Simon & Schuster family, as well as my agent. Without the two of you hearing out my wild ideas, none of this would happen. I want to thank my friends who let me ask them personal questions about their first times and all the people we experienced those first times with. For all the people who extended me grace and patience as a teenager, figuring out how to be myself with confidence and grace, thank you. For the adults who will use this story to engage in conversation with their young people to make space for one of the most transformative times in their lives, thank you. For the young lovers who want to know what it is to feel safe and joyous while stumbling through maturation, thank you. But more importantly, you're welcome. Pinkies. Jason. P.S. Black boys deserve love stories too. So this is all about this young man's first time, right? And it is a very, very precious story. We start with 24 seconds from now, from the big act. But we jump around in time. So like 24 seconds, 24 hours, 24 days, weeks, you know, so on and so forth. So we get to see as we jump through time how their relationship has blossomed and how, you know, the people in this young man's lives have steered him towards this moment to make sure that he's as prepared as he can be to embark on this journey, which also just includes being like open and honest and communicative with his partner, who's probably also feeling really, really nervous, and just to share and revel in that moment together. This was really quick. I'm always left like kind of awestruck by anything that Jason Reynolds pens. He's a poet. And so while it's not technically a novel in verse, it's very much an in-verse novel. You understand? It's so specific and exact and precise in the language, and the rhythm of it has a specific cadence that like will only read from somebody who is a poet. Anyways, if you're interested in Black boy love stories that are specifically penned for Black boys, I definitely would recommend this one. I had a good time with it. And then I think this is my next book. Let me check my Goodreads. Yes. So then after I finished that, I took on, now, today's picnic was to discuss Real by Kennedy Ryan. So one thing that I really love about my book club is how like seen I personally feel. I know other people feel seen too, but like I be feeling seen. I literally was like, don't judge me. But I ain't never read nothing from Kennedy Ryan before. This is my first Kennedy Ryan book. Again, I told y'all, like me and romance, we don't really go together like that. I'm giving romance a try very intentionally this year so that I can see what I like. Because I can't accept the fact that like the whole genre is just not my thing. It's just, I need to be very specific about what about it I like. But this was a cool little read. As I shared with my book club members, I'm not going to talk about this book in depth because I feel like a lot of people have read it, and because I know I'm very much late to the game, but I did have a lot of things that I appreciated about the book. Sorry, I was trying to get like good, can y'all see this? But how many pages was this? This was almost 500 pages, I feel like. 460 pages. This is a 460 page book. At the end of the day, in my heart, I feel like it could have been max 300. It was very long. And I just feel like, was it long because it's long, or was it long because I just am not feeling this kind of romance? I don't know. But what I will say is I really love the story that was in the story. So reading the parts of the movie that we got to get, I almost would prefer that whole thing as a standalone and read that, because I was very interested in 𝕃𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕟. And even the story of 𝕃𝕠𝕟𝕟 has 3 different romantic arcs that you could go through to still get your romance feel. But, you know, 𝕤𝕤 is the book of the month for this month's book club. So we will be reading 𝕤𝕤. This took me a day to read. So it was relatively quick, even though it's thick. It just got to, there are, I don't even know how to say it, but I just felt like it was too long. It didn't need to be as long, but I enjoyed the story. And I really appreciate the fact that I only just now read it before reading 𝕤𝕤. Like, as 𝕤𝕤 was pinned and dropped, and people have already read Real and have been talking about this book for so long. So I feel like I had a really good advantage of looking for Verity and Monk and what's going on between some of the minor characters that are in this novel, that I feel like had I picked this up when it was originally released, I wouldn't have picked up on them. I wouldn't have cared about, because it's just like, okay, this is already a genre that I struggle with. So I'm not going to pay attention to the rest of these people, because I barely care about the people in front of me. So I'm not going to care about the side characters. But now, because I know that they have an upcoming story and the story is literally on my bookshelf, I got a chance to like specifically pay attention to what was going on between there. And, you know, I will say I'm very excited to get into this cheating scandal. Because when did Verity cheat? Who she cheat on him with? And then that must have been the love of that man's life, because he is hurt. Okay? So read that one. And then I listened to, I've been trying to get into a lot of the books that people have been having conversations around. And so many people that I follow and I'm in touch with love Alexandria House. And I've never read a single one of her books. So I was like, let me break into this house catalog, and got the audiobook for Let Me Love You, the first of the McLean brothers stories. And I'm trying to think of how to say this while being nice. There was a story that I read a couple months ago that was in this same genre of romance. And I did not like it. I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the story cadence. I didn't like anything about it. I finished it, but I did not enjoy it. And I feel like what that book was trying to do, the story it was trying to tell, is the story that I found here, actually written well. So I kind of now feel bad for sleeping on Alexandria House, because her writing is actually good. Like, you know, that sounds bad to say, but you know, some of these, you don't go in expecting good writing. You go in expecting a good time. Some of these books are good time books, not good writing books, right? And as long as you know what to expect when you go in, you won't be disappointed, right? So I went in expecting a good time and came out with some good writing. And I said, oh, I'm going to have to dig into her catalog some more. Good find, good shit. That's everything that I have read since Wednesday. Today's Saturday. When is this video going to get uploaded? I don't know, but I'm telling you, today is Saturday. Then I'm hoping to get into Last Chance Live. I'll show you that book if I could find my bag. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I was planning to use today to read Last Chance Live. I will read you the synopsis. So it says, 18-year-old Eternity Price has committed a horrible crime, and now her world is white. White walls, bars, bed, doors. She thought death row would be dark and dank. She thought it would be blacker than she is. Somehow, the white is worse. Eternity has decided not to stay, but she won't be scaling the walls or tunneling her way to freedom, and she's not waiting out decades of appeals. She's taking her case straight to the American people as a contestant on Last Chance Live, the country's hottest new reality TV addiction. 10 death row inmates live in live in a mansion together and compete for clemency. The viewers decide each week who will be eliminated from the show and have their death sentence carried out immediately. Eternity is determined to win, but how can she convince America to pick her? She's fat, black, and poor. Could America really choose her over a white girl murderer who looks like a Barbie doll? It doesn't matter. Eternity shows up ready to do battle, to survive, but she didn't expect the other contestants to be so much like her, to have stories like hers. She didn't expect in a house full of teenage killers to find her first friends. So when she gets the opportunity to secure her own victory, she must decide their lives or hers. But if she wins, who will love her when all of her friends are gone? In this speculative world where Squid Game meets the U.S. criminal justice system, Helena Haywoode Henry bursts out onto the scene with a bold, thought-provoking debut where one girl wrestles with how far she's willing to go to win her life. That sounded real good to me. I've been meaning to read this for a couple of weeks. It's just, well, a week and a half, something like that. Just haven't gotten around to it. So I am intentionally going to get to it this weekend because it sounds really good. It kind of like reminds me of like a cross between 𝕔𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕤 and Death Race, that movie. I don't know I think that's what it's called. I've never watched Squid Game, so I can't say the Squid Game relation, but I can definitely tell you that it's given 𝕔𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕤 to me. I've been excited to read this for a while, and I'm gonna actually knock it out. So next time you see me, we should be talking about this book, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up so it has a higher likelihood of me posting it before this weekend is done. But what are you planning on reading this weekend or in this upcoming week? Is there anything that you're looking forward to? And I don't know, just tell me. I just like chatting and yapping. Obviously, I be talking, so if you want to talk, let's talk. But that's what we're doing right now. Next week, we're doing an audiobook walk with book club. So that should be fun. If you're looking to get some steps in, come on out. But yeah, that's all I got. So I'll see you next time. We're going to try that heart hand because everybody didn't do it. Bryn did it, but everybody didn't do it. So before I let you go, you got to complete my heart. Put your hand up like this and then turn it so you go to the screen. Put it up and we are complete. Okay, good job. With that, I'll let you go and I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.